An annual tradition for many, my family included, Next Generation's The Nutcracker. For our yearly preview, and I literally get to say yearly and have some fun, my friend Philip Neal, Artistic Director, is back with us. I cannot believe it's been a year since we talked about this last.
This time goes too quickly, doesn't it?
It does. I do. I look forward to this every year, as so many people in the Bay Area do. And in fact, that just shows the demand for this year. You even added performances.
We're doing 6 shows. Now, when I got here in 2015, I thought we were doing well with 3 shows in a weekend. So now, but the thing is, I sit in the audience and I see we're at full capacity, and I thought, well, why not add another show? We have wonderful dates right up on the holiday. Yes. And it also gives the dancers just one more opportunity to get out there and shine.
Oh, and of course we do have a performance here. They're going to be shining in studio. Talk about overall, though. I know what this means, to you personally, but to Next Generation, it means so much. I mean, you started probably rehearsing for the Nutcracker when
September, very early September. I think we have our auditions very early in September.
Yeah.
And 3 full casts doing those 6 shows. I would say they're probably over 200 dancers in this production.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's the Next Generation Ballet dancers, which are pre-professional division, coupled with the Patel Conservatory School. So you're thinking age 6 up to age 20. And the only 2 guest dancers are principal dancers from American Ballet Theatre. And I did want to talk about them. Chloe Misseldean's a real favorite of mine. She's gorgeous. She grew up in the Orlando area. And the gentleman coming with her is Jared Curley. And I'm really excited to say he is a graduate of Next Generation Ballet. He was in the Nutcracker when it was first conceived, like in 2012 through 14. And I called him, I said, how would you like to come back and be the hero, our graduate of Next Generation Ballet performing on this stage? So he really sets an example for the community and our students. We're excited to have him.
And I feel like, along with, of course, having you at the helm and the resources that you're able to bring in, I feel like that's what Next Generation does so well, is you give professional dancers up on the stage so that your young dancers can, emulate and be them, look at them as role models. Why is that so important for Next Generation Ballet to be able to do that?
Everything is about being a role model in art, something to aspire to.
Yeah.
So I see like the little ones, we were rehearsing in the studio on Saturdays, and I see the little ones just looking at all with the ones, they're teenagers, and then I think I've got to help them, the next step to where they're going to go, hence the title of the whole program. But, to have graduates come back and set that example to our students, like, you can achieve this too, and this is what your life might be like. But, to be in the theater, 2,500 people sitting out in the audience, applauding for them. It's a wonderful experience that they'll never forget, regardless of what they do with the rest of their life. I mean, we've talked about it ourselves.
Yes.
Those childhood memories of going to the Nutcracker are transformative.
Yes, I was in it one time, and I still remember. I still talk about it regularly. So I love you're giving kids the opportunity. I know my daughter's already asked, are we going to go and see it? And yes, of course we are. And one thing, too, I want to give people an idea. In case you haven't seen your, rendition, it is different. It is contemporary. You have elements, too, that even the youngest of dancers or the youngest of people in the audience, they stay focused.
They do. They're really well behaved. I sit in the back because I'm in the sound booth and I want to control everything. And I'm always amazed to watch the back of children's heads, how attentive they are. But it moves very quickly.
Yep.
There's very little lapse of time in between dances. And I think what you're getting at is I grew up doing tap and jazz and all that stuff. So like I have a tap dancing soldier in the middle of all the ballet dancing.
I love.
What you're going to see today is a preview. It's inspired by the Rockettes at Radio City. We call it Just for Kicks. So there's a kick line of young ladies. So, and then we actually have a flamenco dance, an authentic flamenco choreographer composed. So it's a real melange of ballet on Broadway, and it moves really, really quickly. And I think, people don't even look at their watches because ballet's not stuffy.
Exactly.
I say to them all the time, listen, ballet's not boring. You might dance it boringly, but it's not boring. So I'm always, come on, it's showbiz, like turn it on. So when we rehearse, I'm like always making them aware of like all the people are out there. You've got to keep their imagination for the whole time.
And they do. You've done such a wonderful job making this Nutcracker so exciting. I can't wait to go. I know I'm not alone. There's the information so you can get tickets at Now, let's see that kick line we were talking about.
Yes.
One more time. Introduce the dancers and the performance we're going to see.
So these are our Just for Kick dancers. These are people that are dancing ballet one night and then the next night they're doing the sort of rocket style dancing. So they have multiple parts, but they'll be a little bit more on the stage when you see them. We couldn't fit them all into the studio today. So it's a little sneak peek.
Maybe we'll work on that for next year. Take it away.